Troy Ave and Taxstone didn't keep it in the streets. Neither one of them. It was a violation on both sides. Both sides is wrong for how they approach the situation. But if nobody is talking about the fact that neither one of them kept it in the streets. It's on record. It's on record how they felt about each other. Everybody can access their sentiments about one another. It was never kept in private. And Taxstone used a broadcast to start the entire scenario, the entire situation. And we all know music is subjective to criticism. It's a criticism-based product, entity. The public either likes or dislikes, and they're going to have their reasons, but everybody not going to like your music and how you move with your music, what you say and how it sounds. But outside of all of that, it's rules, but it's no rules. It's rules if everybody is in uniformity abiding by the code. So when you talk about the street code, that means there has to be uniformity. That don't mean it's different in other places. That don't mean because of where you located and what region you in, things are altered or adjusted a little bit differently. No. A code is a code. Law is law. There might be different situations and scenarios, but there's a fundamental understanding and there's a foundation of what's supposed to be done and not supposed to be done. I'm saying that to say that Troy Ave, the video on the court steps, going to the courts, testifying against your opposition, your enemy, I guess you can say, because it really wasn't a real enemy, a real threat. It was just one person with an opinion about the music that you publicly produce. So that turned into this whole debacle. But you can't control at the same time how another man chooses to respond to a situation. And obviously, there was never no code followed by neither one. Neither one of them followed the code. And when now he say the streets is a myth, I mean, that's substantiated because there is no code being followed. Today, everybody martyrs. Today, it's a bunch of vigilantes running around. That's why it's not even an investment, or it's not even beneficial to be in the streets. Now, I won't speak on that part, but it depends on, again, what is your objective? Because, again, it's not a game that you can stay in. Every game comes to an end. If you play Monopoly, you know this. It comes to an end. You get in, you get out. But for the most part, Troy Ave, his actions can't be controlled. That's how he chose to respond. And is it immoral? Yes, it's immoral. Because it should have been handled in private. And both of them know that. That should have been a private situation. Y'all should have just seen each other, kept the intensity high, kept it there, but been gangster enough not to touch each other in a public setting. Because that setting wasn't optimal to be in a concert hall fighting and shooting. On both, that's why I say it's immorality on both sides. It's a violation on both sides. And neither one of them kept it where it needed to be kept. But I hear everybody choosing sides. It's not nobody's situation personally to be picking a side. So don't pick no side. And I hear people choosing sides. And if you got friendships and you family, that's different. But if you just a normal, regular, everyday consumer, citizen, civilian, whatever they want to call it, then you shouldn't even pick a side in this scenario. Just recognize the immorality. It wasn't kept in the streets, for one. And there wasn't no code followed at all. There was never, ever a code guiding the results of how this situation was going to be handled and how it was going to be resolved. But that wasn't a setting to do it, and they both violated. They both did. And again, immorality. You don't have your lawyer. You shouldn't be in support or in favor of your lawyer saying anything about what somebody did to you. And then you shouldn't be going into the courts or shooting a video at a courthouse bragging and being boisterous about giving a testimonial that got your opposer X amount of years and then saying you won. So it all comes down to, again, there is no code. So there's no rules. And can't nobody apply the code that they know to this situation, because at the end of the day, there is no foundationally and fundamentally in this day and age, there is no code that's being followed uniformly, because it's a ghetto everywhere, streets everywhere. This is around the world. That's a global thing. But there is a code. So both sides, wrong.